just trained to have a clicker to say my piece, and from there, really go. Now to depend on the crew, the very, very capable crew. And just to give you the background, straight to the point, because this is what I request, Merck. What is anemia? It's really a Greek word. Don't ask me to pronounce it because I can't. And it stems up and really say without blood. So isn't that very apt? Anemia, without blood, Greek word. So if you look at it, it's really defined as deficiency of red blood cells and or hemoglobin. So if you're called anemic, you right away say red blood cells, hemoglobin. Why am I saying this? Next please. Because this is, in my language, this is what you call pathophysiology. I dare you. It's very difficult to pronounce, but it is what it is. So when we say anemia, we talk about red blood cell, and they are the ones who carry hemoglobin. But what is hemoglobin? The hemoglobin, which is where it comes from, is the oxygen-carrying part of the red blood cells. So if you look at the picture, oxygen, does anybody not know how important oxygen is? So if you know that, then RBC is everything in life. Snuff of oxygen, we don't have life. So just try to kind of compare yourself that this is what carries oxygen to my body, and that is the role of hemoglobin and RBC. So that explains why oxygen, hemoglobin, RBC is quite a combination. Next. So if you're going to go by the global health burden, we cannot help but be part of a whole. It's no longer just a tiny bit part of the hemisphere. We're now global. And we're saying that anemia is a global health problem. So if you think that the Philippines, were just like this in the other countries, it is true. But we share the same global health problem. Pare-pareho lang ang problema. We still have to consider this as also an economic burden. So it's not only a health problem, but an economic burden. And it's not only that affects a part of the society, it affects all gender and age, as well as it affects 1.6 billion of population globally. So if you look at it, these are part of the health burden, which is proclaimed by WHO. Next, please. I had really encircled this. I did not get to see that area. But if you look at the globe, the Philippines is just a specter of islands. So I had them encircled in yellow, how apt. With regards the area where prevalence of anemia comes in the reproductive age. So if you look at it, it's all mapped red. And the Philippines in that corner of the globe is also red. It's not only seen because we're such a small area divided into 7,100 islands. Next. So if you look at this, what is perinatal risk? So I have to tell you this because I cannot explain this. The mother and the baby are always tied together. So whenever you have a pregnancy, it's mother and child. So whenever you have this is what they call perinatal risk. So it's a language or a lingo. So if you look at it, it's always the one that is proportionately increasing overall maternal and infant mortality, if not morbidity. Next. So let me guide you through the classification of anemia so that you have a take-home message in the end. There is a mild, moderate, and severe, and it varies by age as well as by gender. So if you are a female, let's just put ourselves down, lower than 70 is already severe, but if you are a man, your lower than 80 is already severe. So there's a 10-point difference between just being a male and being a female. So our criteria is that you have mild anemia if below the norm. So the norm is the one that's there, non-anemic, and the mild, moderate, and severe. So I will not spend so much, except that there is a difference as you go through the different population. Next. Okay, here's another. So, going through the gender difference as well as the status difference, there is also what we call an environmental hazards. So I hope I don't kind of prick some of those who has the practice, but this is a reality. And as we all say, reality bites. It has to be said anyway. And if you look at this, when you're a smoker, a non-smoker, your measured hemoglobin does not need to be adjusted. No need. What is, there is what is. But if you're a smoker, and this depends on the number of packs a day that you smoke, you have to adjust because this is definitely lower than what you would expect as low. What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is, if you are 10, you have to adjust because definitely you cannot achieve that. You have to be minus 0.3 from the 10. That is how we interpret the data of smoking. And it really depends on the number of packets that you spend out in a day. So that's a cue for you to really adjust to what they call as an environmental hazard. Next, please. Now, what may be a cause of anemia? The cause of anemia, number one, is really inadequate iron. You cannot say it in any less than qualifying term. Whatever you say, inadequate iron is expected if you have anemia. Another is, like Patty said, part of it, just carrying 2 persons, just being pregnant, is about carrying that property to become anemic. And another, not even pregnant, every month, just on that aspect, you lose about how much? About 5%. So, qualifyingly, if you started menstruating at 10 and you end at 45, that's about how long you have been bleeding. Okay? And that is without pregnancy pa. Okay? So the other one is if there are other things that's happening in your lives. So for example, you have ulcers. I hope you eat well tonight because it is a long night for all of us. So as they say, in order to avoid, part of it is internal bleeding or GI bleeding. The other is inability to absorb iron. Do you know that your, should I say, gastric cells are actually the one that is supposed to absorb the iron? So, no matter how much iron you take up, if it is not absorbed well, walang mangyayari. Wala siyang pupuntahan. Nandun lang siya, nakapark. Next. So, I just want to say to you this slide. By the way, Merck has nothing to do with this slide. Okay? It is something that is universally accessed, and it is something that even you can get by. So if you look at the demographics, it is the elderly, no? And I'm already part of it. No matter how I deny it, I accept that being a senior citizen and a double citizenship had its perks. Okay? Free parking in Quezon City. Teenager, female, because we lose. And when I was looking, should I put this? Wala naman ako magagawa, that is what it is. So, immigrants, aborigines. Then I began to research. And my research brought me to the fact na, oo nga, when you migrate, you carry along with you the way you eat. Traditionally, culturally. But mga aborigines, you are not used. You eat root crops. Whatever is there in the mountain, yun ang kakainin mo. Hindi naman pwede mag-iba yun. Try to feed that person with something else, hindi naman siya mag-thrive. So, that is the explanation of that part. And dietary factors, all the blah 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 there, only points out that diet has to be iron specific. Hindi porke and they are, in a way, fashionably cooked, does it mean that it's high in iron? Let us accept that we have to do a little homework when we're trying to get into iron sources. And the other, of course, is social physical. A lot of things that are happening, and that includes a lot of physiological factors